Today's blog is going to cover a sensitive topic, editing the work of coworkers. There are four principles that I've learned about editing the work of coworkers, having been an editor of a journal and of an edited book. Number one, do only what you are asked. That is, does the author ask you to proofread for spelling and grammatical errors, perhaps wordiness, or do they want you to edit everything, the content, the organization, the tone, the data? This is a critical distinction to make because you may damage an interpersonal relationship if you do more than you're asked and the person thinks you're being hypercritical. Number two, I prefer to print out a manuscript and then write my comments in paper so I can shuttle from the beginning to middle to the end and test for organization, thesis, coherence. And I've learned to write in a light pencil in the margins or over the top of words so that people can still see their entire manuscript in a way that they wouldn't see it if I used a red pen or I used highlighter, something like that, which might obscure their text and may indicate a level of criticality that offends them. Number three, use active, positive, and diplomatic language. Indicate what you want in preferences suggesting the inadequacy of the message's content or style. For example, supply additional data if possible to support your claim. Something along those lines, rather than this claim is unsupported. So tell a person what they need to do to meet a criteria you have, rather than what's wrong with what they've done. And number four, ask the author if they want you to talk to them about the rationale for your feedback. Many people want to understand why you've written what you've written, and you may not be able to do that in a brief comment on a manuscript, but you can explain it orally. And a person may explain to you why they did something they did in a way that allows you to see it as acceptable. So again, in editing the work of coworkers, four things. Do only what you're asked. Use a light pencil. Use active, positive, and diplomatic language. And indicate what you don't want. And lastly, talk to the author about the rationales for your feedback rather than returning a message with comments and corrections only.